and input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
Hey, welcome back to the State of the Transformers Fandom. Today we're bringing some uplifting spirits with this topic. And yeah, top Transformers toys. Top 5, I guess, right now, or how you feeling. My 5 always kind of changes, but there's some that mean a lot to me that I have in my collection. So yeah, we're here. And
yeah, top 5. Top 5. No G1. G1's the death of Transformers.
I think I got like 2.5, but yeah. And I got some newer shit that's just I'm gravitating to. So what's up, everyone in chat? Daniel and Rick Builder Prime, nice to see you. Saw you with Ultra Megatronus this week, so last week.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, the times input, you can kind of fill them in and introduce yourself.
Okay, so, well, baby, it's me. It's that N-PUT, and I'm mobbing once again with, whoa, look at those Danny double Ds. And if you haven't heard, then consider yourself told. You are listening to the State of the Transformers Fandom podcast, baby. That's what you're doing right now. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever it is when you're listening to us, whether you're jamming out on the way home from work, or if you're sitting there and you got one earplug in and your boss is yelling in your other ear about TPS reports. Either way, we appreciate you. Going forward, looks like we might be changing times. We're still going to stay on Monday, but we're probably going to do earlier Monday. So we're probably trying to iron it out, but probably between 3 and 5 Central Standard Time. So, yeah, just going forward, FYI, so you guys know, we're going to keep on. We're going to keep this train a-trucking, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. I like the 6 o'clock time. It's just a couple things. And people know in Canada, it's voting day today. Mondays lately and like hockey stuff, so much stuff has come up lately. It's just boom, 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 you know.
You guys are voting. I thought you already did.
No.
State. 51st state.
No, I know Trump said it today, but you know, we'll see.
Sorry.
No, I know. It's over, baby. Yeah, but still go down to see what happens, I guess.
But, yeah, we're doing our top 5 Transformer figures. Danny says hers might change. Mine stay the same always, no matter what. Any new wave that comes out, they are not ever making my top 5. Ever. That's a lot. I don't know. What are you starting off with, Danny?
I guess I'll start off. It is G1, but it means a lot to me, this figure, because my mom actually, like, this isn't the original one. When I was right before I transitioned, I made a horrible mistake, and I sold my original Transformers collection. And I'll just zoom in on them. It's weird, Wolf. Everyone's seen them, but I'll just do a minute for solo. But you know, this issue was like, this was when I was 3 or 4. My mom, we didn't have a lot of money, and we went to the thrift store, and I actually found this figure, basically yet complete. I don't have his sword for this one, but got his gun, and yeah, I bought it, and I had it like ever since I was like, I think I was 3 or 4 at the time, maybe, yeah, about 3 or 4, and I remember getting it in the thrift store, and we didn't have a lot of money. It was one of my first ever Transformers. And yeah, it means a lot to me. I still remember that day clearly finding it and Mom putting it together. And, you know, it just means a lot to me, this figure, you know, like it does, because it's just like, you know, just old times and now, and you know what I mean? It just always holds a place for me. And that's the crappy thing, like I said, like, I was really depressed and broke up with my ex. I ended up selling my entire like Transformers collection, like my childhood collection. I had so bad, I know. I was just not in a state of mind that I was in, so it really hurts. But I did get this from Cherry Bomb Toys at one of the last toy shows we did in Vancouver at the P&E, so shout out to them. But yeah, so yeah, it's nice to have one back. I know Mom, she recognized it right away, and it just means a lot to me. So yeah, G1 baby, but yeah, it just hits that point. One of my first figures ever. So
Yeah, I get that. My top, I guess, number 1 or 5, number 5. Are we going up or down in descending?
Yeah, I mean, mine kind of like, I would say, yeah, these are just 5 that I'm like, I mean the most to me. I'm not really good at putting things in like a top. This is better,
Okay, so I will say I shared my strings. I don't
That's fine.
show or whatever, but
I show everything for $3.99.
that's right, baby. For only $3.99, you can be in on the joke.
God.
Mine is Twin Cast or Twin Twist from the Jump Starters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of similar reasons. My grandfather we found at Goodwill, and this is back in the day when Goodwill they just had these like canvas bags like on these like roller metal squares or whatever, and they were deep. You had to dig for stuff. Like they didn't really hang up clothes, they didn't put toys on racks, and you just dug. And they had this giant bag, this giant huge clear garbage bag of just toys, and he was in Twin Twist was in one of them, and I just thought it was the coolest looking thing. I was mesmerized by it, and the bag was $1, and it just, we bought the entire bag, we took it home, and really the only thing that I wanted out of that bag was Twin Twist, and it really meant a lot to me. Really meant a lot to me that my grandfather was willing to basically, spend $1 just for this one, this one figure or whatever that I wanted. And I still have this one to this day. He is,
that's cool.
He has been, I want to re-sticker him, but part of me doesn't, because he's, the original stickers are still on him and stuff too.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to kind of clean them up, restore them a little bit, but the other part is like, that's my memories, that's my childhood dirt, that's my, whatever, my front yard when I was a kid, stuff all over him and stuff too, right? So I might just leave them that way. But yeah,
it's tough, right? I have Ninja Turtles like that, where I'm like, I could redo this on it, but I'm like, well, this is how, like, it still means a lot to me. So I have a newer version of it, but it's nice to have that one too.
Yeah. So what's your number 2, Danny?
I'll show this one because I picked up G2 Bruticus because one of the other things, it was in that era, like we started to get more money, my mom remarried, and this was the first combiner I ever put together on my own. Like I collected all the pieces separately, and yeah, I got it. Everyone knows it. I'll bring it up for a second, but yeah, I just it just means a lot to me. I always loved G2, the funky colors, just everything about it. I know people like, hit or miss nowadays in a way for some, but I love G2. I was the kid with a super neon, super soakers and all that crap. And it was just an era you had to be in. And yeah, I know it's like, why they're camouflaged like army vehicles that are so bright, but I don't know. Like I said, it's just the first one I ever put together on my own, collected each figure, like, as my mom would take us to Toys R Us, weekly, monthly, or allowances, get a piece on your birthday kind of thing, and put that guy together. So he just always means a lot to me. This one isn't my original either, but when I first met Bart, he had pieces of these, and I put it together and bought it off him. This is way back, like 3 or 4 years ago, because I lost a lot of that original collection, and I guess this has new memory and, old memory all put together, right? And I think some of my stuff I played to death, too, as a kid. Like, I look back at it, I'm like, oh, I lost this or I sold it, and then I look at the condition and a picture of it, it was just shit. So I probably would have had to buy most of this again anyways, but yeah, it's just, right there, up there with the other one, super highly emotional type figure, I guess,
Yeah, I get that. Here recently, like, I've always loved that design for Bruticus, and, a couple of years ago, I finally got my hands on one complete. I mean, 100% complete missile, all of it, and and that figure kind of means a lot to me now, because the day that we went up there to the toy store up there, we also picked up my Chihuahua, my dog.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like G2 Bruticus, the original G2 the figure, right? Like itself. It kind of has like these intertwined memories and everything else, right? So I call it, Olive's Bruticus, right? So but yeah, but my number 2 is Masterpiece Star Saber. MP24, fantastic figure, hands down, 100% better than the HasLab figure could ever think about being. And
yeah, it's just more proportional.
Yeah,
piece looks way better.
Yeah. This is more anime accurate. The other one was the HasLab one was more toy accurate if you look at the dimensions and proportions and stuff. But this one is just fantastic, man. He's big, he's beefy. He doesn't have a whole lot of paint on him, but he doesn't need to have a whole lot of paint on him either, right? So yeah, it's a great update to the original figure. It's fantastic. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it except for when I first got that figure, dude, it blew me away. I absolutely love MP24. So
yeah, I know, it's so cool. The thing I like about too, like, because I like Brave too, and like a lot of the Brave stuff was like, after like that Victory and whatever didn't go down, or whatever the other one, Zone, didn't go through as much. They came up with Brave in Japan, and some of the designs and traits from the Victory are put into that. So it's so cool,
Yeah, freaking Trans Aaron, shout out to Trans Aaron 38. He absolutely adores Brave. Like, he'll send me clips and everything else, and I'll just be like, "Oh, what's that from?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Brave, Brave Geyser Z or whatever." I'm
parts
I'm like,
of it too, and like, it goes way over my head, but I think they look cool, especially the old ones, right?
Yeah,
because they have all those new companies making all the new ones, and they look way more like show style and super articulate. But the old original toys I like the old blocky look on them.
Yeah. Now we're rounding that corner to number 3. Danny's
I guess this is like
second. She's sliding into third, and she is saved. What do you got?
I'm going with a Rotor Storm. This is like one of my favorite Autobots of all time too. Actually, I know it's the European like style, like cheap. Some people say in half, cheap 1.5 or whatever, right?
Okay.
People, it's just all over the place. But I love Rotor Storm. I know he was in the comics. The thing I like about him, I think was it IEW, or is that the run when he was in?
Yeah, he was in IDW.
Yeah, and he's like, he's very kind of, I think he's like, kind of like me. He's vain, he's shallow, right? He's very into his look. Yeah, he always interests me. I know there's other molds of this, like that green one from like whatever it's called, the War thing, but yeah, I can't remember, but I just always liked it. The pink and the blue always pop. He's just, I just love. I really like him. I got the other one, the newer one. It's okay, but I wish they, because it's kind of more off of with the other guy. I can't remember his name right now, but the Siege guy that came out. But it'd be nice if Rotor Storm got his own original mold for this.
Sinister.
Yeah, Spinister. So it'd be cool if this guy had his own original new mold, I think. Or like, I wish more third-party guys did. Like, I'm not as big into third-party was, but I'd buy certain characters like Rotor Storm or whoever, right?
Yeah, I think Rotor Storm wears that Spinister mold better than Spinister, that new one. Yeah, I think he wears it better, and not to say that Spinister's bad or whatever, but yeah, Rotor Storm. I love his coloring too, the pink and the baby blue and everything. Just
his head. Like, I love his visor. He's got like I thought like a handsome look to him. He's wearing pink, but he's still cool, and just that whole era of Transformers. Like, it's weird. In Canada, we did have some up in here, like, because we got some of the European stuff, but like I was either too small or, like I said, couldn't afford it back then. But some of it was actually up here as well, but you don't see it as much. But yeah, I love the character. Wish they do more. Hope to see him again. And like I said, I like the new figure as well, but it'd be cool if he got his own dedicated mold.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Number 3 for you, Mr. Input.
Number 3 is, for me, Beast Wars Ramulus. Like, dude, I don't know, man. This figure always, to me, spoke to me as a kid. I had him as a kid. I still have my childhood one. And this figure, I don't know. It was like a combination of transformation being relatively easy, the arms being on a ball joint, so you could get like all kinds of articulation and range and stuff out of them.
Yeah.
And nothing really kind of hindered him. You know, like you could get all kinds of ranges and articulation, like I said, and poses and stuff out of him. And then his weapon was his head as a ram. You take his whole beast head off, and it becomes like this. Well, I don't even know this thing that you could just wallop people with.
It's cool. I like it biased too. Like I'm birth signs of Aries, Rams, so I mean I like that guy.
There's also a really rare coloration. It's the green Ramulus. Really, really rare, really hard to find. But I really think that this one has the better coloring. I love that. I love that like metallic maroon kind of color against the brown of the fur and the metallic blue and the paint. Like everything on him just pops, and he looks really, really cool. I don't know what else to say about him except for if you hadn't picked this one up and you didn't know about him, pick him up and check him out. He is a freaking wickedly cool Transformer figure. So
that's cool. I didn't even think like I know most of my Beast Wars stuff is put away at the moment. There's some figures I loved it. Maybe we should do our top like Beast Wars figures too at some time. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Another one I wanted to mention. It is newer. I just picked it up. Well, it's an older figure, but I'm just in love with it lately. I've wanted it for so long. It's just that animated Blitzwing. Now that I finally got it at the latest toy show, like of all the stuff I bought, I still have on my desk right now, and I just fell in love. I love all the faces. I love just the quality, the different, like, you know me, I hated anime. You could never have got me to like this back in the day, no matter what. You tortured me like nothing. Like I would have died hating on this stuff. I'm not kidding you. That's how stubborn I am. It took years and years and years for me to see. It just took years for me to see, like, you know, what it was all about. You know, I'm very stubborn. It's, you know, and things when they're so popular and new, I kind of pull back on, you know, because I just don't like to ride that, like, just that wave of overhyped stuff, you know, and it was just too different for me. It was too much of a change, but at the time, you know, it's what it needed, right? Same with Beast Wars, it was like too much of a change, but the show was so good, and I was younger at the time, right? But animated, like, I didn't watch at the time, you know, because high on drugs or partying, it was just a bad time in my life, right? Or a good time, whatever you want to look at it.
Hey, I'm always down. What is it? If they say it's like I'm not here all the time. I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, did you ever have this figure yourself?
Yeah, I did, and he's fantastic, man. He really is. I love the face changing gimmick on him, and what I really love is like the Thrilling 30 figure adopted that too and implemented that as well, like the face change thing, and I love that. And I love his characteristics, like it's, you know, it's 3 different people in the cartoon and one three personalities, like he's split personality disorder and stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It has so much depth, you know, the split personality disorder, all the faces. It's a cool figure. I mean, the plastic still feels pretty good. There's parts, of course, you'd have to be careful. You know, you want to put this falling off a shelf, but I think it's well done.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic. He really is fantastic. And I really don't think there's a bad animated figure per se. Like, they all do something really cool.
Yeah, they all do something different and cool. That one just sticks out because, like, the 3 personalities, the purple, he was so crazy. When you go back and watch it, it always intrigued me.
Yeah.
So here you go.
So if you know me, you know this is not a surprise. My number 4, and if we do a top Beast Wars figures, this will be my number 1.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Is Beast Wars Neo Big Convoy?
That's so cool.
Yeah, dude, there's multiple different colorations out there. They've re-released him twice now.
Yeah.
In the original toy colors and in the anime colors and stuff. And this fucking guy, you know, I've always had an appreciation for woolly mammoths, more so when I was a kid than an adult, but they've always fascinated me.
Yeah,
and when I found out, I was like 12 or 13. I found out that there was a Transformer woolly mammoth in Japan. It just blew my mind. And yeah, his transformation is really cool. I love the fact that he's loaded to the gills with weapons. He's got missiles on his legs. He's got these battle batons that sit in his hands. He's got the Matrix of Leadership in his chest, which is the first Transformer figure to do that, which is super fucking cool. And on top of that, he's got this giant, massive "go f yourself" cannon, and that to me is super wickedly cool. And that has missiles on it too. So there's just a lot of play value here with this guy.
You know what really hurts? Like Bart got me the Encore version, and I snapped like the elephant on the top.
Oh man, that sucks.
I know, and I always look on eBay to see if there's one that's like busted that someone posted, right?
Yeah.
And I never see it. It sucks because it hurts because it's like someone got me that and meant a lot, and I don't know why it broke. I mean, usually that's never happened, but where the ball joint went in snapped.
The ball joints on him get brittle over time. So like in the shoulder areas and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great figure though, and maybe one day I'll find a piece to fix it, but I love it.
Yeah, he's great, and like I said, he comes in different colors that mold. So there's also a black and gold one out there too. If you guys,
I love the blue one, and the Encore one I have, it's different too, but I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking great. All right, Danny, what you're floating at number 5, right?
Well, which one did I do? Did I do 1, 2, 3? I think this is 4 for me.
4 for you. Okay, number 4.
Yeah, I didn't do them together because they came together, but my grandma got me these actually, Smoke Screen and Dreadwing, right?
Yep.
And yeah, I picked them out one because she's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And yeah, I said I'd like those, and yeah, she got them for me, and I was ever so happy. Mostly him too. I mean, this guy was sick too. There's another gun and missile somewhere right now. I've always loved them. They're just meant a lot to me, and she got them for me one Christmas, and yeah, it was so cool, that era of G2. Like I said, my family's still in that kind of middle mode of like they're just starting a new business, and they, of course, in the Beast Wars era, they had a lot, so I could buy whatever I wanted basically. But this was still in that very, kind of broker time, and just you're so. I was always thankful, but these just stuck out, and of course their vehicles, that I just love, like stealth bomber or whatever, right?
Right.
It's just Beast Wars was cool. We had a lot of money. I love the figures, but it's just something about like vehicles and stuff. I always loved as a kid.
I totally get that. Yeah.
So,
I'm pulling up mine right now.
Yeah.
So just bear with me.
No worries, no rush. Some time, hang out for a bit after, and then like I said, I really do like the original time we have. It's just too much stuff coming up. Maybe it will.
It's all right. We'll calm down.
We'll figure it out.
So here's my number, I guess 5, right? Sticking with Beast Wars, I think we really should do like a top 10 Beast Wars, top 10 like RID 2001, top 10 G1, that kind of thing. Because there's so much I feel like I'm leaving out just because it's top 5, right? And,
same. Yeah. No, same.
But yeah, sticking with the Beast Wars thing here is Beast Wars Polar Claw. This was like the rival to Beast Wars Scorponok as far as like the toys and stuff goes. It was never in the cartoon. But yeah, this figure was super cool to me. He, his like one of his claws turned into a bat weapon, and I always pretended like the bat, since you could put it in his hand, the bat had like laser eyes, and that was kind of his gun too. And the bat would do like the Soundwave Scout laser beak type of thing, and he had like this claw that was in the other arm as well, which I thought was really freaking neat. And then his head could spin around, and you could reveal like the monstrous head or whatever, which I thought was really cool too. So I kind of used that as like, his normal face was his Like I'm just here, I'm chilling, and like his monster head was like, he hit like Hulk mode, like he was angry now. And
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, there's just a lot of love with this figure as well. Like his beast mode had a gimmick where like you could rear him up and his fangs would come out and his mouth was open and stuff. It was pretty cool, really cool stuff here with this figure. And yeah, like I said, I'm leaving off so much because it's top 5. And how do you do like a top 5 Transformers, right? Like,
yeah, it's almost impossible. But the thing is, like, it's right now I picked like nostalgia, like, because like some of these toys don't have the best play value, but I love them. And then I did pick this one, and it's not like the best top 5 overall. Like, it's just like I wanted to pick something from the new line that's out, just to because I'm loving it so much, and I'm really loving it right now, right? And I'm going to show off the. Megatronus. I almost said Ultra Megatronus. Martin. Hey, it's Martin. But I just think this figure for a newer figure, like the way this figure is made is absolutely, it's great. Like it's so tight, these pieces. Just a different look. I don't know. It's cool to see them. All this stuff on them for a newer figure. Like I said, it's still on my desktop right now. I've opened lots of new things. I've been slightly impressed.
yeah,
this is cool. Like I've opened these guys too, and like they're okay, right? But they are what they are. Like they they don't even have the full plane on their back. They're kind of feel not cheap, but they're tight. But I think for a newer figure, they hit this one out of the park. I just love this one.
Yeah, he looks really good. I love how big and beefy he is, and he really.
If I got my
lives
own
up
Martin
to that
living
design.
with me, then I'm happy. I'm just kidding, but no, it's cool. Like for a newer figure, like all this flame effects, like I don't know. I just feel, and like I said, that the tightness of all these joints is impressive compared to what we've got from them. And like I said, there's other figures like you said we could have put in this lineup, but right now, like it's new, it's still making me happy, and it's cool. I'm super stoked on it.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that Megatronus figure just looks sick.
Yeah, it's just evil. The style, like it's just cool because evil. Like I said, I'm impressed with how like I said, like a lot of Hasbro stuff. I still like newer figures, hit or miss, but that one really touched. Like it just. Yeah, it's cool. I'm stoked on it. And like I said, that's what it's about. You still want to love the hobby. There's so much drama and all the prices that we've gone into, and we're trying to make this a light show. And it's a new figure. It still gets me happy. The reason I'm in the hobby. So,
right.
It's cool.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I don't know. That's been our top 5 Transformers countdown. I think we've decided on doing like maybe a top 10 Beast Wars. So
we'll throw these all in. Hey, we'll do some more topics, but like I said, me and Emperor, we want to show a lighter side too. But we will go in. I'm ready to go in on anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere. And we'll have the polls up. Like we still pretty much got all the questions, so we'll figure that out too. And then we'll have the polls up so you can vote on one of your guys's episodes that you want to hear, and we'll try to nail out a better time. And it's just been go with me lately, and Monday usually it's not, so
it's all right. Like I said, we'll figure it out. No worries. And we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, baby. That's what we do. And so guys, I want you to know one thing. I want everybody out there to have a fantastic week. That's what I want you guys to know. And if you're having a very shitty week, try to turn it around. Do something small that makes you happy, and then build it from there. Okay? So, I don't know what else to say except for thank you for joining us on this episode of the State of the Transformers Fandom Podcast, live every Monday at, well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. But every Monday. Take care. Have a good day, everyone. Get your votes in. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. However, we must now conclude the program. We appreciate your viewership and apologize should we have inadvertently disrupted your evening. Please do not take any offense. We look forward to presenting another engaging topic next week, and we extend our gratitude for your continued support.